Hi to everyone at Leaf Creative Arts. I hope you're all keeping well and safe during these uncertain times that we're all living through right now. My name is Sharon Carr, and I'm a storyteller. And I love to tell stories that are personal, like from those of my family, or traditional ones, folk tales, fairy tales. Well, I don't know if you've been like me, but I've been sorting through papers, trying to see what I'm going to get rid of or what I'm going to keep. And what I came across were a clutch of poems. Poems that my late father wrote to my mother in the early days of their courtship when they were both in Canada in the early 1950s. Two young people very far away from home in a strange new land. They are my father's love lines to my mother. And there are only about a dozen, but you can see he was really quite smitten by my mother when they first met. I thought I would read a couple to you because I've never really read them out loud. I've glanced through them, but during these times of lockdown, I've actually had time to go over them, read them, and reflect on those early days when my parents were both young people in Canada. First one is called Quality. Thy voice, striking my ears with all its charm and grace, supports all the qualities reflected in thy classic face. Each wondrous qualities that these humble eyes of mine have never ever before seen quite like those of thine. In thee I see the essence of a graceful flower with a beauty, charming all with its impelling power, together with sincerity blended with nature's hue. All these qualities I can only see in you. Very romantic that. And there's an intriguing one that my father wrote, and it's called First a Riddle. And I'll tell you what the riddle is afterwards. I, being a mortal of normal outlet, liken unto you my thoughts to sublet, of thoughts of such a deep nature, varying from the immature to the mature, each helps confuse all thoughts of mine. You may qualify to bring me into wine. Of recent I may not be unlike a stray, unrelenting in avoiding the proper way. Dear Ruth, allow me you to assist, effecting a solution, please do persist. And by linking all the full stops, ruling a line straight across from the stops, right across to the first letters, until you separate all these letters. Truth is reflected in every line, having read down what's in my mind. And at the side of the poetry, the first letter spells out, I love you, dear Ruth. First, a riddle. And the final one I'll read you is called Beauty. And my father has written this of my mother. And it goes like this. She walks in beauty like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies. And all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and in her eyes. Thus mellowed to that tender night which heaven to gaudy day denies. One shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace which waves in every raven tress, or softly lightens o'er her face where thoughts serenely sweet express. How pure, how dear their dueling place! And on that cheek and o'er that brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent, the smiles that win, the tints that glow, but tell of day in goodness spent, a mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent. Some of the love lines of my late father to my mother. during those early, heady days when they were both young and new to living in Canada. I just thought I'd share those with you because for me, as I said, during these times of lockdowns, I've been going through papers and I have a lot of time to reflect sometimes on the past, on the good times, the memories that we have of our loved ones. And I hope that all of you have got memories of when you first met with your husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend. And maybe after those poems that I've just read to you, you might feel inclined to write a poem or two yourself, or maybe just a simple line that means a great deal to you. But thank you for your time, and I'll see you again. Thank you very much.